give a overview about the aligning of Indian eye banking with global standards. Basically, just give yourself this question: is corneal tissue being transplanted in our country at par with the rest of the world? So that is what we have to look at, that the same quality should be maintained because the patient requirement is universally the same. As far as the indications for transplantation in the Western world, our part of the world, there are more infectious keratitis, scarring in addition to pseudophakic bullous keratopathy. But nevertheless, a patient is a patient and the quality of tissue should be uniform. So to ensure this uniformity, what are the measures that we can take? So there are various fora where this information can be shared. But after a lot of efforts from Eye Bank Association of India, a medical standards document was put together. After a workshop conducted in Hyderabad, the first document was published in 2003 by the National Program for Control of Blindness. And then after another workshop in 2007, revisions were incorporated, the information was updated, and the next version came out in 2000. So basically, I'll give you a background as to what the document contains and also a description of how a national consultation was performed, then how it was reviewed, and then the publication is expected to come from the Government of India. When we're talking about quality, we're talking about quality and credibility, and as eye bankers, we have responsibility to three groups of people or individuals or organizations. One, of course, there is a responsibility to the recipient. There's a responsibility to the surgeon who's taking the responsibility for surgery on the recipient. There's a responsibility to the donor family. We have to, or administrative hurdles, and end up in a problem because of some mismanagement or some misinterpretation. In addition, there is also the fact of medical tourism increasing. As of now, the tissues are intended for people who are Indian citizens, and for foreign nationals, there has to be some kind of authorization by the authorization committee that there is no local patient available, so it can be given to a foreign national. But hopefully, with the strides that we are taking in India under the aegis of the Eye Bank Association of India, a time will come, maybe after 5 years, maybe after 10 years, that we will have surplus tissues and we will be exported to other countries. So this is the time to know that if one tissue has been released, it is safe for transplantation uniformly wherever in India it may be. As you have seen, that this document has had to be published and it's taken a long time, in between 6 years, 7 years. So it should be a more dynamic process. It should not be so dependent that it has to be published and money has to be spent and it has to be very complicated procedure. So we should have a dynamic process where it can be certain aspects of the document can be validated online, and a fresh review can be, which could be useful for eye banks all over the country. So it has covered technical, administrative, practical and operational issues so that eye banks can keep it as a guideline and as a standard operating protocol. However, with the new move towards accreditation, eye banks will have to have their own standard operating procedures. You cannot have a one document fits all, because the standard operating procedure is a more specific procedure which will say things like, the kit is kept in the fridge 1 or fridge 2, whereas in a different eye bank it may be kept somewhere else. In a certain eye bank, the serology may be tested in the eye bank, in another eye bank it may be actually outsourced to a different lab. So this one document cannot work for every eye bank. So therefore, it can be a guideline, but every eye bank will have to have its own simple booklet, which is a standard operating procedure. Now, in adopting and adapting standards, which are the websites or which are the sources that one could use as a reference? So one is the International Eye Banking Technical Advisory Group in origin, ISBT 128, and the International Council for Commonality in Blood Banking Automation, ICC-BPA. So this ISBT 128, Eye Bank Association of India, is a signatory, but it is accepting the nomenclature used there, and this is available freely on the internet. The other sources have been Eye Bank Association of America, the UK Transplant Service, Eye Bank Association of Australia and New Zealand, the Asia Cornea Society, the PAN American Association of Eye Banks, the European Eye Bank Association, and the European Union Tissue and Cells Directive, and the Eye Bank Association of India, of course. The European Union has become more rigid and more stringent in its requirement, where any eye bank or tissue bank which is releasing tissue for human use has to follow the pharmaceutical level of what you call care. So therefore it is a much higher level where they have to wear the full body suit when they are processing the tissue and so on. So it is more expensive and more difficult to implement. So we have to adapt, but within the limits of what is possible, we have to have our own standard. So now whatever document we prepare, it has to align to the legal requirements. So there is the Transplantation of Human Organs and Tissues Act. The rules, as many people said in the audience, and the act has been amended, but nothing has been implemented. The reason being that the act was amended in 2012, but there's been a long process for the government to compile the draft rules. So once the rules have been approved by all the various agencies, then it will be released in the Gazette, and those rules are going to be followed. So that is one reason for the delay. Then, in addition to the rules, there will have to be guidelines. Then there is going to be a fresh process of legal registration and the next step of accreditation. Then there's the Clinical Establishments Act, and this is available online. And NABH has finalized the various tissue standards for various organs and tissues, and they have, for now, for convenience, things which are mentioned in the NPCP guidelines. They have not duplicated it. They have just put a reference in these minimum standards to refer to the NPCP document. And so therefore, as the NPCP document changes, the NABH reference will still be valid. And Eye Bank Association of India has written an MOU with the National Accreditation Board of Hospitals to work together for accreditation. What it will do is NABH will provide the unbiased platform for conducting the accreditation, and EBAI will provide the professional expertise. In 14 days was not confirmed, but definitely for 7 days. 7 days is a good enough time for tissue to go from one city to the other. Similarly, from distribution, we need to work more on the airlines and the railways, physically transported, but also the proper documentation and the proper temperature and care has to be taken for control of blindness. Eye Bank Association of India was the key driver of this initiative, and there was some inputs from SightLife to give us the global perspective of the global. MK medium is actually for 4 days, and ideally you should use the tissue within 2 to 3 days. And for 7 days will be Cortisol medium, which is from Orolab. Otherwise, in India, we do get Usol and Life4C, which are being locally distributed. Optisol GS is not directly available because there's no local distributor at present. Life4C is like about 5,000 or 6,000 per vial, and it has a transported, so which is good and it's quite reasonable. And Life4C is around 4, which then you can schedule the surgery in a better way, particularly important for children. Sometimes the cornea is coming on a weekend, or like everybody's come to AIOS, so the corneas have come 1 or 2 days before AIOS. It is much better to keep the cornea for a few. So they are all still using MK.
Mostly that they're using MK.
You
But
have changed.
if there are situations where the eye cannot be used,
Yes.
is it possible to then transfer the cornea from the MK to Usol
Yes.
even
So
after
we have a
48 hours?
paper on where we are in the process of publishing our. We have not had any problem with that. So we're just going to we compile the data. We presented it in the Eye Bank